Fabio Zerbato is, Fabio Zerbato is the race leader. Rory Martin is in second. Giacomo Lapadula is in third. Tony Jansen is fourth. So it looks like a lost connection there to the stream, but not to worry because I record this race to hard copy, so I'll upload the hard copy. And I think it came back online here, so you should have that race back up. If you want to do a refresh or take a look on my YouTube channel, you'll see that it says Fabio Zerbato is in P1, Rory Martin P2, Giacomo Lapadula is in P3. Rory Martin there starting to put a little bit of pressure on Fabio Zerbato. He is looking around here, wanting to get around Fabio Zerbato. That high side does not seem to work unless you've got some help there. Tony Jansen up high there. Tony Jansen, maybe a little bit of contact for him on the wall, I'm not sure, but he got up way up high there in that second groove. And man, it's going to get a little squirrely there. Giacomo Lapadula was trying to slip through, and the door got closed on him in a hurry. Giacomo Lapadula was trying to get by, and the door got slammed. Rory Martin came down and took away his line there as Fabio Zerbato continuing to lead. Rory Martin is in second. Rory Martin to the outside line here. He's going to be able to do anything without any help on the outside. It looks like Fabio guarding that inside line. As long as you stay down on that inside line, if you don't have help, it's going to be really, really hard to make a pass on the outside there. Oh, Rory Martin down low. Almost in contact with Fabio Zerbato. These guys got to be careful. They're going to take each other out. That's going to allow Giacomo Lapadula to catch back up. He's in the third position. He is watching this action, just waiting to pounce. Running on board here with Giacomo Lapadula in the third position. Fabio Zerbato is the race leader. Rory Martin is in second. In third, Giacomo Lapadula. Tony Jansen is in fourth. Take a look at Michael Brooks and Jordan Schwartz here battling for position. That is a mess of cars right there. Down to the back of Michael Brooks' machine. Is he trying to pass Jordan Schwartz, who's down on the bottom side? And, he might end up pulling off this pass. He does. Thomas Golom is in this mix as well. Giacomo Lapadula and Tony Jansen having a battle here. This is for the third position. Tony Jansen in fourth right now. He was looking to try to make a pass on Giacomo Lapadula, not able to pull it off. Fabio Zerbato is the race leader. These guys starting to roll up on maybe a lap car. Is Luca Gray, that lap machine up ahead in that pink car here. You got to be really, really worried about when you catch the a lap car, especially through this area. It could be very dicey. So hopefully going to be a lot of room afforded to the race leaders here on the backstretch. These guys are closing in a hurry. Up on the high side, our race leaders. Oh man, some of them down on the low side there, going down on the apron of the track to try to get around Luca Gray. Little communication there. But those guys around. Some of those guys had a little bit harder time as now Rory Martin to the high side. He is trying to squeeze around, maybe trying a little side drafting to get around Fabio Zerbato. Not going to happen this time by. Take a look at Colin Madiak here. He's running in the 8th position. Had a little bit of an eventful night here. He's about 5 seconds back to the race leaders. Just ahead of him, though, it is a mess. We'll take a look at Jordan Schwartz. He is running in the 6th position. Here on lap 109, we're starting to wind down these laps, boys and girls. I think I probably lost my chat there, too. Is a mess right there. Dennis Vandeman trying to get by. He's in the 7th position. Good side-by-side racing there. We got a battle for the race lead as Rory Martin going to the high side. Fabio Zerbato staying down on that low side. Rory Martin's got a good run. Can he pull off that pass? No. Not able to pull off the pass. Has to tuck back in. I'll tell you, man, it is really, really difficult to use that high side to try to make a pass. And now Rory Martin's still going to go shoot at it on the high side, not able to pull it off. So he has to tuck back in. He's in P2. Down the backstretch, a little bit of a drag race here. Rory Martin's got a good run down the backstretch into turn 3. Again, more contact, wheel-to-wheel contact. Rory Martin trying to squeeze him down there a little bit. Side by side, Rory Martin there trying to sneak around on the inside line. Not going to happen. Fabio Zerbato holds on to that spot, but look who else is in this mix now. Giacomo Lapadula in this mix as well. This race is far from over. I know we're winding it down, but we are far from over. Giacomo Lapadula in 3rd. Tony Jansen in 4th. They got a 4-way battle here for the lead. Tony Jansen, I think he might have a little bit of overheating problem. I don't know if I saw some smoke coming out of that machine. Oh, a yellow flag here. Yellow flag. My heavens. Not what we wanted to see here late in this race. I think we're back up here with the Tony Jansen coming around. I'm not sure there. I was doing some other things. I'm not sure what happened to Tony Jansen, but looks like he came around. Maybe he got into somebody. We'll take a look and see what happened. Now, Massimo Martin indicating he might have came around here. So Massimo Martin, he got down onto the apron of the track, and he comes back up, gets into the wall, and then spins. So he was having some connection problems, I believe. So again, yeah, that just looks like I'm not sure what happened there, man. Look at this. Gets down onto the apron. He gets back up at just kind of a bad angle, trying to hold on, smacks the wall, and then he's going to come back up here and spin and then smack the wall. And this is what's going to bring out the caution flag. I think he has some connection issues. Massimo Martin, I'm not sure what happened to him. Well, actually, I do know what happened to him. Tony Jansen's what I'm looking for here. Tony Jansen has no front wing on this machine and spins. So something happened with Tony Jansen. This is Tony Jansen. Oh, there you go. Tony Jansen's on the inside. He spun. Oh, Giacomo Lapadula and Tony Jansen get together. Oh, Tony Jansen hard into the wall. And he is out in the front of the track. He's out in the middle of the track right there. Again, there was contact. It looked like Tony Jansen and Giacomo Lapadula. I don't know what happened before that. And whatever it was, those guys got together and then smacked the wall. Michael Brooks here on board here with him as he barely misses through there. And Tony Jansen was having a good night, too. What a tough break for him. Looks like we're back up there. Looks like Lapadula, that's right. Tommy D says Lapadula and Tony Jansen got into one. It looked like some issues there, but nonetheless, we're back at it. So looks like the chat is back up too, so I had to restore that. So I apologize, but sometimes those connection issues crop up. We had to do some construction in the area, so that could be it too. But I reset my modem before we started, so we wouldn't have those problems. But you know how that works. Now I got to wonder if these race leaders are going to come down pit lane here. So Fabio Zerbato, Rory Martin, Giacomo Lapadula, Michael Brooks, are they going to come down here to get some fresh tires? You know, we are winding down the laps here. We're only going to go 133, and we're on lap 118 right now. Yeah, fortunately, I always record the races to a hard copy. That way, if something like this happens, I've got a good, clean copy that I can upload to YouTube. And that's what I'll do instead of this thing being truncated into two different sections. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to see that. So once I get it up there, we'll hide those other two sections there, the segments, first half, second half.
Pit road will be open this time.
So the pit road is open. Are these guys going to give up some track position to come down pit lane? And it looks like Fabio Zerbato has elected to stay out. And that's probably going to be the modus operandus for the rest of these guys too. They're going to follow suit. So Rory Martin is in second, Giacomo Lapadula third, Michael Brooks fourth, Jordan Schwartz is fifth. Well, I wanted to show you the season standings coming into tonight. Thomas Goldwalm is the leader there, 89 points. Colin Madiak 3 points back in second. Michael Brooks is just 4 points back in the third position. Rory Martin 5 points back in fourth. See Cliff Vandeven, Paul Holt tied for the fifth position coming into tonight. Riccardo Morelli is seventh. Lorenzo Capellini eighth. Giacomo Lapadula is ninth. David DePoli is 10th. So those are the point standings coming into tonight. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm your commentator. I'm your broadcast director. Pretty much everything here at TurnLeftTV. Thanks so much for coming in, and appreciate you being here.
It'll be one
just giving these new overlays the go over. So getting one to go this time by, I believe. Now the pace car lights are still on. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't tell by the pace car because the lights are still on. Make sure we are live here. Looks like we are. That's Jordan Schwartz. He's shown in the 5th position. Well, we got 13 laps or so to go. Pace car is going to dive down pit lane this time by, and that will leave Fabio Zerbato out there to start this last little sprint to the finish.
Go,
Here we go. Oh, now there's more contact. It looked like a Giacomo Lapadula. Contact for him. He's in the grass. Giacomo Lapadula is in the grass there, and there was something happen. I think he spun his tires on the start. Fabio Zerbato, the race leader. Can he hold on? That's the question. Is he going to be able to hold on and take home this victory? Rory Martin here starting to close in on the back of him, and you know he's going to make it hard on Fabio Zerbato. He's under the outside line. Does he have any help on that outside? We haven't seen that outside really be able to do anything without somebody else helping you. Rory Martin up on the outside here. That's 1-2. Fabio Zerbato, Rory Martin. 1-2. Michael Brooks in P3, and he has got some company there. Jordan Schwartz in P4. Thomas Golom is up there as well, but he is in the 10th position. Back up here with the leaders. Fabio Zerbato. Rory Cameron Martin. 1-2. Here on lap 124. Rory Martin, you know he is going to give this a number of shots here before it's over with. Looking over the back of Fabio Zerbato's machine at Rory Martin on the outside line. Can Rory Martin use that outside line to get around this car? He is going to have to try to get some help. These guys maybe end up catching up here, and that help. He's going to the outside again. Not able to pull it off. Do that or hope for something on the inside to open up. Fabio Zerbato stuck to that white line. He is not coming off that white line. Rory Martin trying to dip below the white line, not able to make passes down there. That is out of bounds. These guys are starting to close in now. This could make things pretty interesting here. Michael Brooks in the 3rd position. This could make it very, very interesting. If he starts to go up to the high side, Rory Martin go to that high side, Fabio Zerbato might be in trouble. So on board here with our 3rd place car, Michael Brooks, as we're winding down these laps. Dennis Vandeven, he's in a little bit of traffic here. He is actually shown in the 4th position. So we got some guys that are sort of in between. That are a lap down, and there's Colin Madiak. He's trying to pick up a spot. He's now picking up 4th. That gets around Dennis Vandeven. Jordan Schwartz in this mix too. Dennis Vandeven's going to lose some positions. On board here with him as he's on that outside line. And I'll tell you what, man, these guys are just getting after it right now. These guys are just getting after it. 3-way battle there. 3 wide as they went into the turn. Somebody wisely backed off. Back up here to the race lane. good side-by-side view here. Thomas Golwam, we're looking at him. He's in the 10th place car, but he's in that mix of those other cars that are vying for that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th position. Take a look at Jordan Schwartz. He's running in the 6th position. I guess it'd be... Oh, no, there's some contact there. We might end up having a caution flag. No, somebody gets into the wall, but they don't come around. My heavens, what happened there? We're winding it down here as Fabio Zerbeto's down on that bottom line, but Michael Brooks is in this mix too with Rory Martin. Can Fabio Zerbeto hold on? 2 laps to go. Fabio Zerbeto down on the bottom side. Rory Martin in 2nd, but he has now got to play a little bit of defense because Michael Brooks is there as well. He can't afford to go to the outside line. He might end up losing another position. Michael Brooks in 3rd. Fabio Zerbeto, the race leader. Rory Cameron Martin is in 2nd. Coming down the backstretch here. This is the final lap. Who's going to take it? Fabio Zerbeto not coming off that white line. Fabio Zerbeto down the front stretch, across the line, and he takes the victory. Fabio Zerbeto, the race winner here at Texas. How about that? Great job, Fabio Zerbeto, on a very, very well-played race. Michael Brooks just want to get in the screenshot or what? There we go. Get a good clean shot there of Fabio Zerbeto, I think. Not going to do a burnout, I guess. So Fabio Zerbeto, man, he had a well played there at the end, just staying on the bottom. Congratulations to Fabio Zerbeto. Fabio burning it down right now. Fabio Zerbeto, big race win here at Texas. So he had a very, very smart race there toward the end. He got himself to the front and then just held that car on the bottom line and did a great job of keeping those guys at bay behind him. So congratulations to Fabio Zerbeto on a great race win here at Texas. So we'll see if we can't get a little bit of an interview with Fabio Zerbeto and the crew. Not sure if Fabio one of those guys routinely that comes up to the booth, but nonetheless, we'll see if we can't get a little bit of a message or word from him. Do our best on that. We'll leave the chat open there. Again, thanks so much, guys, for being patient. Always a lively chat with these guys, so we'll warn them that we're coming in.
I saw the accident. Hi, Heath.
Hey.
Hi, Heath.
Ciao,
accident.
Fabio.
Alpha Power. Ciao, Heath.
Congratulations. A very, very well-played race there. Once you got to the front, you were guarding that bottom line. Talk a little bit about how much pressure Rory Martin was placing on you.
It was not a lot of pressure at all, because we know that on this track, when someone take always the inside line, it's impossible to overtake. The only guy that is able to overtake here is Michael Brooks. He don't want to know. He don't want to say to us how you do that.
It's magic, mate. It's magic.
By the way, yeah, I think this result is totally due to strategy. From the start, my way of thinking was to stay inside behind someone. Okay, so manage the gas and stay always behind in this side and waiting for a mistake. And that was what happened with Giacomo. I stayed behind him, and he did a mistake. And also, I have to say thank you to Andrew Courtry, because I was able to use his aerial, and that let me pass Giacomo. So, but all the thing was a strategy. In fact, in the first 60 laps, I managed the tires, so stay all the time behind and lift the gas. I was and never tried to overtake on the right side. That permit me to keep safe the front right tire. So that was a result of management and strategy.
Well, it looked like the high side, the top side there would work if you had a little bit of help. And it was just a two-man race there for a little bit until that group led by Michael Brooks caught you. And I had to wonder if that was in your mind, that maybe Michael might go into the high side there and Rory use that slipstream as well.
Yeah, I was not worried about people behind me, and the reason is again keeping the inside line is to keep safe the position. The only thing that I have to look is to stay in the inside also with some wear of the tire. And I did a modification of the setup for that. I mean, my setup on race was not the fastest setup. was a setup for keep the balance of the car with with tire wear, and that permit me to keep always the same line every lap, without a drive to the right or to the left. I saw some people, like for example Colin, when he was in front of me after a yellow flag, and also, if I remember okay, also Andrew. They sometimes go right, left. Was not intent. Was because maybe they have some difficulties to manage the wear. So the setup was another thing that explain my result. And this is the first time that I win here in Simulation Mania, so I'm very happy. And thank you to Thomas for and also Michael and Dino and Richard for permitting this.
Yeah, congratulations. I've got to wonder what you think about the schedule coming up. You have Daytona Road Course coming up next week. Have you been on the track, and if so, how do you feel about that track?
Yeah, I did some tests on Daytona, and I think it's a very hard track because it's a very high-speed track, but with a very slow corner. And we need a car with a lot of traction, and we know that this car has some issue with the gas if we press too much gas too early we spin. So Daytona will be very, very hard to hold. I started to try to stop. Also the difficult part, I think, is the chicane in the oval. There is a high speed chicane. And I think that there will be different crashes there. We hope that all will keep safe.
Yeah, Michael Brooks, I was going to talk to you a little bit about what you were thinking as you closed in on those race leaders. Where you sort of test the waters there on the high side, and then talk a little bit about how that race went for you.
Hi, Heath. I'm happy with third, but I'm a little annoyed because I knew I could catch Fabio and Rory, but I knew once I got there I wouldn't be able to do anything because every time I had a run on Rory, he would just have the slipstream of Fabio, so it would just be and back to third again. So there was nothing I could do unless Rory made a mistake. But I'm a little annoyed Rory beat me because he's the reason I spun. He on the start finish line he closed the door on me and spun me round. But so I'm a little annoyed he beat me. But congrats to Fabio. Like he did a really good drive. He was clean and fair, but I just couldn't get past you, mate. You were bloody good. So, yeah, well done, Fabio.
Colin Madiak, you were able to battle back for a fifth place finish. I know you had a pretty eventful race there early on. Talk about how that was trying to battle back there to get a top 5 finish.
Yeah, had a very, very poor qualifying. Had a great car, but I just touched the wall in the outlap. And then around like lap 20, we were going 3 wide, and Luca came down on me on the second kink, and it was just, I don't know, it felt over from there, and all of a sudden pits, yellow flags, everything, it all just kind of came together. Had the spirit of America lift me through the field, and I was able to get that top 5 finish.
Oh my God, that's awesome! That's awesome, Lorenzo Fanato. You had a very pretty eventful night too. Finished in the 14th position. Talk about how your race went.
Well, hello everybody. But my race, I'm not satisfied for my race because during the test along the week, I was pretty, I can say, pretty fast, at least in the qualifying. But today I completely missed the qualifications because I started with the full tank. So I was in the back of the grid, and that ruined completely my race because during the first 2 laps I got touched by someone in the back that made me few damages. So I lost high speed, and then I stopped myself in the pit to repair damages. So I lost a lot of times, and I came back 4 laps behind. So forget the race.
Yeah, looks like Jordan Schwartz joining us in here in the chat too, and good sixth place finish for you. Also a very eventful race. I want to expand on your race as well.
Had a pretty okay race, a few incidents going on, but yeah, just did the same as I did for the last oval race. Just drove the best I could, tried to stay out of danger. I had a few, I want to watch the replay because I did a few great dodges on a couple of crashes. Probably the closest one was probably when Thomas had one towards the end, going into that. I don't know who was in front of him, but yeah, it was just a tough race really. I made a mistake at the end and let Colin through, and then my setup was just not great out the slipstream, and I couldn't do anything once I was out of it. Just too slow, had no speed whatsoever really. So yeah, as soon as I made that mistake, Colin was able to go through, take the position from me along with someone else. Went down to 6th, and then because of the crash with Thomas, went back down to 5th, and then went back to 6th somehow from something. So yeah, no, it was a decent race, quite active. Again, didn't have the best qualifying. I think it was like 15th or 17th or something, and yeah, came back like last week and got a good finish.
And Massimo Martin in here, 15th place finish, got caught up in an accident here tonight. Let's really talk about what our thought process is, maybe looking at next week at Daytona Road Course.
Yes. My race was not very lucky because when I was sixth, I don't know what happened. I find myself rotate by 360 degrees, and I don't know what happened. Probably leg or someone hit me in the back. I don't know, and also no yellow flag, so I lose 4 laps to repair the car, and then I decided to retire because after the car repair, I was not to be able to stay with the other lap of the car, so I retired. For the next race, I don't be there because I decided I'm just to race for the oval races. So congrats to my mate Fabio, and see you the next oval race.
Well, good job, all. Very tough race. Obviously, through the tri-oval area, there were a lot of things that happened. Guys getting into the grass. Talk about that challenge of going through that tri-oval area on the front stretch, or some of you call it the kink. That had to be an area where it was very difficult to try to stay off of somebody else, try to stay out of contact with another driver.
The thing is, this is why we encourage people to use spotters, because the line naturally closes at the kink part, as you call it. So that's where a lot of people were being squeezed onto the grass and that's where it's kind of similar to Michigan actually, and then Vegas in a way as well. But it's just hard for some people to know to avoid others. Like I know, but I was fighting David DiPoli. Well, he was a lap down and he squeezed me into the wall for no reason, and then Rory spun me obviously, but I already mentioned that. But most people are fine. Just a couple of people need to work on their racecraft, I think. That's hopefully they'll get better as the season progresses.
Well, Daytona Road Course next week, and then the week after that you have the feared, I don't even really want to call that an oval, the tricky triangle at Pocono. And I've already heard Thomas express how his displeasure with that track, I think. But anybody have any thoughts on that track coming in?
I'm looking forward to Pocono. I don't know why. I think it's going to be fun.
What's that, Colin?
The tires do not last.
That'll be an interesting track. When you've been on that in this mod, have you been shifting in the turns?
You go, Colin. You probably know more than I do.
Yeah, I've been probably like kicking it down. I don't really remember because it was pretty early in the season, or like in the preseason. But it was it was just a nightmare. I couldn't get anything to work right and couldn't get the car stable through the turns, and it was just it's sketchy. It's all.
Well, I'm looking forward to that race. I think it's going to be a good one, and this season's been awesome so far. And I want to say thank you for the opportunity to be able to broadcast these races for you. And good luck to all of you the rest of the season. And hey, how about that? Fabio Zerbato in victory lane.
Thanks. Oh, Heath, I just want to say, Tom he's in a bit of a bad mood after the race, so he's unable to do the interview, I'm afraid.
I figured.
But he's wanted me to let you know.
Yeah, no worries. All right, congratulations, Fabio. Good job, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks,
Heath.
Heath. Take care, guys. Congrats, Fabio.
Bye. Bye.
All right, that's a big crew there in the broadcast booth after the race. That's awesome that they come up here and join us and have a little chat there after the race and give us their synopsis. So hopefully that's been entertaining for you. And again, congratulations to Fabio Zerbato on a big race win here at Texas Motor Speedway. So that was, we had some really pretty good green flag runs there, but especially toward the end, things got a little bit better. But at the beginning, I think what I saw for the most part is the tri-oval area, that kink on the front stretch, or the two kinks, if you really want to say that, really was a challenging portion of the course for these guys. But again, Fabio, congratulations to you. What an incredible run there. Once he got to the front, he held that bottom line and really did not come off that bottom line. Let those guys try to fight it out to get around him on the high side, and he had the winning strategy, and congratulations on a great race victory. So don't forget, coming up next week, we're going to be at Daytona Road Course, and that is a challenging track, man, with these Indy cars. Not only the chicane that's on the front stretch, but also the turn into turn one. When you reach the end of the front stretch to go into turn one, that is a very challenging portion of that track here, I'll tell you. So those are the two areas I think I would be concentrated on most when we're, maybe when you're practicing for that track, but also when we go to broadcast this race next week, we're going to be looking at those two areas of being areas where you're going to see some challenges, some hurdles for these guys to get over. So very excited to see that coming up next week. Daytona Road Course with the Indy cars. Should be a great one. Well, don't forget, coming up on Friday, we got the final test race before the season begins in the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series. High Octane Racing League is back. The Xfinity cars. Final test race before we begin the season, 100 laps from Hotlanta. Man, these cars are behaving or handling like a dream at Atlanta as well. So very excited about this. And fixed setups, 1X tires, 1X fuel, 35% damage. Definitely want to be checking that out. I think I'm going to be probably recording this race and then throwing it up online for everybody to see. So this season I am definitely planning on broadcasting the races on Friday nights for the High Octane Racing League. Should be a great one, and Atlanta is a great track. That's coming up this Friday, June the 12th, and racing starts at 9:15. Practices at 8. All times are Eastern time. I want to say thank you so much for coming out to check out the broadcast here on the broadcast channel on the TurnLeftTV. Greatly appreciate you being here. I want to say peace to everybody, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, just go ahead and it's right there. Give it a little tap, and then if you make a donation, TurnLeftTV, thank you so much. You can click on that link, and it would make it a lot easier. You can make a donation through PayPal. Also, if you can share my videos with all your friends, please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know how I did. And we got to see you, I think, on Friday with the broadcast there. So it's probably not going to be a live stream. I'm going to record that and then throw that up on YouTube. And then the plan will be for the Bushwhacker Series to broadcast that live once we get going. So greatly appreciate all you folks being here tonight. And that's going to do it for us tonight here on TurnLeftTV. Until next time, We out of here.